Hello everybody, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of American Dad Apocalypse Soon. Today I'm putting together a video I've been meaning to do for a very long time. We're going to talk about Roger talents. I'm going to cover a document put together by one of the viewers named Nomaskedmike, and we'll be linking to that in the description here. I also have that linked on my Discord server, and I'm just going to cover what he's put in that document, give my commentary on how I'm taking it and what I'm doing with it, and then I'm going to come back in and review my squad, my talents, and then see if I can't do some leveling of the talents and do some rerolls and things like that, and we'll cover that at the end. So real quick, just a basic idea of what Roger talents are. This came with the last update, I believe, or maybe the one before it, where all 5 stars now that you have, click on one here, have this area up here on the top left, and there's different talents. You can have a chef, you can have a woodworker, you can have a uranium builder, you can have a type that's going to be good in fighting, and then there's different rarities in there as well. So you have uncommon, which is green, just like all of our other materials, rare, epic, legendary, and then mythic at the top. So those are all the different levels. And in this document we're going to talk about, I believe, all of the different talents as well as the different levels and what they're going to get you. So the higher the talent, the stronger your fighter is going to be, or the stronger your chef is going to be. So for example, let me just pick one of here we go. We have restoration knives on my my assassin here, so he has knives. But if I click on that talent, it tells me right here, so it's a 5-star, so they have something, and it just basically tells you that all 5 stars can have this. And this specific talent is an epic restoration knives. When the fighter is equipped with daggers, weapon type knives or daggers, during a battle, each successful dodge will restore 3% of the health. And the epic, or the rarity of the specific talent, changes the percentage. So I don't know what it is. We'll look at the document. If it's a legendary, it's probably 4%. If it's a mythic, it's probably 5%. If it's an uncommon, it's probably 1%. So based on that rarity, the usefulness of it increases. So that's currently what I have on my my assassin here, for example. And that's true of all 5 stars. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the document. We'll cover it, and then we'll come back into the house and do some let me get rid of this first. We'll come back into the house and do some rerolls on my squad. So I have this document here, and like I said, my goal here is to share this in the description of the video, and also share it in Discord as well, which you can see in the ticker and you can see in the description as well. So here we go. So this is the document put together by Nomaskedmike. We're just going to kind of read over it, and like I said, I'm going to go over some of my commentary. So we got just some basic stuff at the beginning. You can read that when you get to the document. You know, it's just some high level stuff. What do you want to do? I'll get my comment here on why you want to clone. I mean, from the very beginning, me personally, I always want to have all 5 stars. So that's always my goal. It's very easy to do that in all the games. And personally, my thought is, in this game, American Dad, it's a little bit more difficult. It takes a little bit more time to get a 5-star. But it's fine. It's still easy to do. You just got to keep cloning and eventually get there. And I believe this is true of American Dad as well. The higher level the clones that you use, the higher star rate you generate, or the higher probability you're going to generate a higher star rate. At least in the other games, if you have a 4 and a 4 cloning, they can make a 5. But if you have a 3 and a 3 can't make a 5. I'm not sure if that's actually true in this game or not, but in general, you want to clone the higher you can. So I've always been all 5 stars. That's kind of been my goal of all the games that I cover. So once you get that 5-star, now in American Dad, you can get special talents. With these talents, you make your people better. And you know, like I said, you can read through some of this kind of stuff. It's going to talk through some of the items I just discussed here. So this isn't completely clear. Like I said, I'll have this posted other places, but this tells you right here. So in this chart, it tells you every single talent that there is. It tells you all the different rarity levels. It says common. I thought it was uncommon, so maybe I misspoke on that, but I think it is uncommon instead of common. So if we go to the restoration knives, which is the first one, which is the one we looked at, you see commons 1%, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to mythic. So the better the rarity, the better it is. And if you get to something like, say, health nut for a fighter, if you go ahead and put that on your tank, if you have just the common one, you get 12,000 extra health. Fantastic. It's going to make your fighter that much better. And their stats go up too. So if you're watching your overall power level, you have to be careful, because this will make a big difference to your power level. So 12,000 health is fantastic. But if you look at this mythic, if you get that 59,000 health, that's huge. That's an extra 47,000 health just by getting a better talent level. So that is why it's important to farm your workers, farm everybody, so you can maximize what everybody is going to be able to do. So if you want to take a look at this, you can just pause the video here and read through all of them and see the absolute benefit from doing this kind of stuff, and why it's important, why it makes you better. I mean, if you think about it, if you're one of the top level fighters in the game, having a top level squad of legendaries and mythics is going to have you with that much of an advantage over somebody who is either not paying attention to it or has people with just commons and rares. So it actually will make a big difference. So throughout the document, we're talking about strategies, and what Nomaskedmike's plan here is how to basically optimize your shelter, your house, so you are constantly cloning, constantly churning out babies, with the goal of making as many as you can, which makes increases the number of 5-stars you're going to generate, because they're not all going to be 5 stars. As a matter of fact, a lot of them won't be. So that'll increase your chances of 5 stars, and then within those 5 stars, it'll increase the chances of one of them being a top level one that you're looking for. So here's kind of the basic breakdown. If you're SR10 like I am, the maximum you can have is 55 Rogers. If they actually add SR11 in this game, who knows if they're going to. All the other games, that goes up to 70, so you can start having 70 people. So hopefully we get that in the game soon. You need 2 Rogers to clone. Tired of cloning. So once a clone makes a baby, I think you guys all know this kind of stuff. You got 24 hours to wait before they can try again, and then the cloning process itself takes an hour and a half, and then they have to incubate for 6 hours. So within the 7.5 hour period, you can go from cloning to having a baby and know if you're going to get a 5-star. Excuse me. And if you follow this strategy and you're maximizing everything, you can churn out a maximum of 27 babies per day. And that actually is like hardcore grinding, focused in the game all the time. This is the kind of dedication I can't do with other life going on and other games that I'm covering and everything else. I can't devote to this, but if you're really trying to maximize everything, give yourself the best chance to get full mythic, full legendary squads, this is the way to go, and this is the breakdown. And throughout this document, not throughout, but coming up, is gonna give some suggestions on how you kind of optimize the layout of your shelter, so you can quickly swap people in and swap people out. All right, so over here we're just basically talking about all the time it takes to grind and play the game, and this game. This doesn't count all the other games. Gives you some just general ideas of doing rotations, how to rotate, with the food focus. So you wake up in the morning, your food is usually maxed out. You can take some of your chefs, put them in there, do their cloning while you don't necessarily need the food, and then once they're done, you can put them back in and start generating food again. And that is the general idea of this area. And waking up, so make sure you get your timing down as much as you can before you go to bed, because that incubation period takes 6 hours, so you can get them all going, so that once you wake up you have 3 babies ready to go. And then also, based on this right here, wake up early. The mythical Roger is priceless. Also, having 18 hours of penalty left on the clock is quite nice, meaning you don't have the 24 hours. Once you wake up, you already have the 6 hours off. You only have 18 more hours. And here's the food thing I made a comment on. Also, when you have people training, you don't want to take them out of the training area, because you're going to lose time there. Taking things out of the cloning, what to kick. I mean, this is the kind of the situation I'm in right now. So like I said, I have a full squad of 55 fighters, 55 Rogers, and they're all 5 stars. So for me, this is even more difficult for me. It's like, eventually you're going to get to the point you need to start kicking things out. What are you going to kick? The document here is suggesting, first of all, to start with your 4 stars, and you start with your uncommons and things like that. Obviously I don't have any 4 stars because I'm all 5 stars. Some of my workers are in the wrong place. Like, I actually have one of my fighters as a legendary chef, which is quite unfortunate. We might do a reroll on that one today. I'll see. Or I might just train somebody else back up. We'll talk about why that's such a bad idea in a moment. And Yeah, so to train up to, from 1 to 100 fighter, it takes a very long time. We'll look at a chart here in a little bit that talks about how long that takes. Or to go from a chef from 1 to 55, that also takes a very long time. So kicking somebody out that has the wrong talent level, but they're at level 55, it's really hard to do. So for me, I'm having a hard time kicking people out, and potentially we'll do that here in this video just because it's we're going to have to make some progress on something. But that is going to be one of the hardest points you're going to get to, is like, what are you going to do? At this point for me, I'm basically trying to generate an epic or a legendary in something that I want, or I'm kicking them, no matter what it is. Even if it's like not an epic, a legendary or a mythic. Even if I get an epic of something that can be useful on like a fighter, I'm not getting them, because to train a level, train a brand new Roger from 1 to 100 takes, half a year. So not going to do that. Emergency make room. Yeah, more strategies on how you kick things out. Here's a naming convention. I'm not following this, me personally. For my chefs, I actually have, I think, 6 chefs now with a chef talent. Only one of them's mythic, one's legendary. No, one's mythic. I do have one legendary, but they're not a chef, and a bunch of others. So I'm just calling them chef 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really care what the rarity is. Obviously, if I get one newer that is way better, I'll probably keep it. But for now, that's the strategy I'm using. You can come up with anything else that is useful for you. Something that, quick eyesight is going to tell you what you have there. All right, so how do you get rerolls? Rerolls are huge. I actually have a bunch of rerolls we're going to cover here in a little bit. But rerolls come in events. They started adding them. You can buy them, of course, and they are very expensive. According to this, it's 7,000 turds. I do believe I saw that somewhere. You can get them from events. This last event that we had, the challenge event, there was like 4 or 5 of them. I mean, there's a bunch. That's why I have so many of them. One or two is legendary. I think one might have been an epic, and I don't think this document actually talks about that, to be honest with you. What you get, what does a legendary reroll get you? What does an epic reroll get you? We will see that, because I'm going to cover that here in a minute on my rerolls. But it gives you, I think, an epic reroll gives you a guaranteed epic talent of some sort. If you're looking at rerolling a fighter, that might give you epic of a woodworker, which obviously is useless, but it guarantees you epic, and then legendary is going to guarantee you a legendary of something. May or may not be useful for what you're looking for. So rerolls are very important. It gives you not a free chance, because once you do a reroll, you lose what you have. There's no I just want to keep what I had before. I don't like any of these, I'm going to keep what I have. No. So once you start, it's there. Apparently, I haven't tried this yet, but you can click off of the reroll and come back later if you're not really sure what you want to do. But you will, when you do that reroll again, it will be the exact same setup you have. It's not going to do another reroll. This is interesting here, how to place your rooms. My house is a complete mess, but what he has here is he's got his cloning room in the middle with all the other rooms kind of set on the side. So, quick dragging in and quick organization to do that. So as long as you have this kind of a setup and you know who's who and what's what, and have a system like what you do every single day, I think you can fairly quickly take care of the cloning that you have. Like I said, mine's just a complete disaster. I have people everywhere. I don't know what's what. So it's kind of hard to keep track of. But one of the recommendations here in this document is to do a spreadsheet, which I started, but that is hard to keep up with everything else going on. All right, basically here, make sure you know what you're going to do, have a goal, attributes, heroes, labs, skills, where to get extra rerolls. I started down that path, I didn't finish it, but events, you can buy them, and I think there's something in the labyrinth as well. Does it say here? Shopping in the labyrinth, or wait, I think that's where you can buy them. Yeah, I think that's it, and then the events obviously give you a bunch. Are you ready to reroll? All right, we talked about most of this already. Hold that thought, hold this decision. All right, so here he's going to get into a bunch of his stuff. We're not going to cover this too much. You can look at this when you look at the document, but this kind of has he's got a really nice spreadsheet set up and breakdown of calculation of what he has. And as you can see here, we have 45 legendary. What? Oh, level 45. Okay. So a legendary at level 45, a rare at 1435. So great organization to know what you have as long as you keep up that spreadsheet. It's easy to keep track of everything. Obviously, I can make use of that. Like I said, I started going down that path, but I didn't make it very far. And here's the fighter training. So you can basically see the column on the left here is the amount of time it takes to go. So from level 1 to level 2 takes you 30 seconds. From level 2 to level 3 takes you 30 seconds. And if you want to speed it up, it's going to cost you 1 gold. So if we come to the third column here, SR7, and come to the bottom. So to finish this blue level, so to level somebody from 41 to 55, it takes 105 hours. And to level somebody from 1 to 55, it's going to take you 315 hours. And those 315 hours break down into 13 days. So 2 weeks to go from 0 to 55. And then SR8, so to get to level 70, it's going to take another 155 hours to get that. And, you know, the gold, so if you just want to pay money to that, it's going to cost 1645. And again, for SR9, SR10. So to go from just SR10 alone, to go from 86 or 85 to 100, it's going to take you 1,530 hours. Yeah, exactly. That is quite ridiculous. And if you want to go from 1 to 100, it's going to take you 4,590 hours. That breaks down to a little over half a year, 27 weeks to go from 1 to 100. So, like I said, if you just take a brand new Roger who has a mythic something fighting, mythic brutalizer, in order for you to make use of them, you're going to have to wait 27 weeks. You're going to have to wait half a year before you can start using them if you're all the way up to SR10. Or you can just pay golden turds to do that. It's going to cost you almost 60,000 golden turds. So that is an encouragement for you to do rerolls on your level 100s. Or just be extremely patient. So that's kind of a tight line I'm walking right now. I mean, I've re-rolled a couple, or I've cloned a couple really good talents for my fighters, but they've only been epic or something like that. So I'm not going to go through and wait half a year to get there. So I think rerolls are going to be a way to go, especially since I have like 12 people already at, or at least 10 at level 100. So that's where I'm going to focus my rerolls on. All right, I just got some extra text here. We could talk about extra setup of the Rogers. You guys can go ahead and read all that. So that is what I am going to talk about as far as the document goes. So a lot of good stuff in there. Like I said, that is linked down below. Let's turn that off. Let's get back in here. This is going to take a little while. So good strategies. I know Roger talents have been live for a while. You guys have seen that for quite some time now, and probably have your own strategies. But if you don't, or if you're not really focused on it yet, this is a good guide, a good place to start to start working forward. All right. So as you can see, I actually have a few of them outside in my house here. Another chef. None of these are high level. I could just kick them. Brutalizer. I'm keeping them for the time being. Wood chipper. Shock jock, and I'm keeping them for the time being. You know what? There's something that was missing in there. Oh no, that was the first thing that we saw about how everybody does. So yeah, these people, since they're not the talents that I want, I thought about kicking them, but if we actually get SR11, I might be able to find a use for them at some point. But then I might not, because I might just only keep people that I clone that are super fantastic. All right, so real quick, I'm going to look at my fighters and see what I'm doing, because I need to get a familiarity. As you can see, I have 7 rerolls. So I have a fatal shot for gunslinger, which is good, but it's only uncommon. It's giving me, every 7th shot is giving me a crit. Hard sword. It's good. I actually don't have a sword in this guy anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. So if I had a sword, an axe, or a chopper, I would have decreased all incoming damage by 12%. So I don't have that at the moment, but it's legendary, which is good, but I'm not taking advantage of it. And just so you know, my power is increased because I have a legendary talent, even if I'm not using it. I think. I'm not sure. I'm 50% on that, to be honest with you. All right, Financer. That's the one. I guess I said cook. So I got a legendary Financer. Fantastic. Producing by way more. And this number here, this 200, will go up based on the training level. As you can see, I only have a level 2 for my banker here. So unfortunately, this is one of my level 100 fighters. So that, I don't know if I'm going to do a reroll or just eventually, take this person, train them up as a banker, and then get somebody else in there to fill this spot. Because right now, like I said, I think I have 12 people, or on my way to 12 people for fighters. Restoration Knives, we looked at that one already. Ferocious Fighter, this is a good one. Crits deal 80% more damage. And this Roger's not doing quite as many crits as I would like, but still a good one. Fatal Shot, that was one we started with. So I've only got 5 in there, obviously. Let's go take a look at some others to see. And, of course, if you take some... Oh, let's look at these guys, because these guys are on their way up. So quick charge, I don't have engineers going, but this one as an engineer will reduce cooldown by 2 seconds. Is that good? I don't know, but this will be a legendary level 100 that maybe will get used. And then we have legendary brutalizer here, which is fantastic because we got extra damage coming out of this. And what do we got? Level 95. So that's what, 25 times 5 times 5, so 25 days until that one's going to be done. But those guys are going. So we got 2 more fighters here. Level 100, Ferocious Fighter. That's kind of useless. And Meathead, that's useless. So those will be easy choices for me to use for rerolls. And if I happen to get something good, I can easily just swap this Roger for this one and make this, my current RZ1, which for me is Resurrection. So take this gear, put them on my other person, and then make this a good person if I happen to get a good reroll. So there's 2 rerolls we can do. I have some more down here that I'm swapping into my cloning area. Another respected chef. This is only level 86 though, but not as much training to go from 86 to 100, obviously. Assault Engineer, not very useful. Not horrible, but could be better. Beefcake, that's the wrong one. Another respected chef. We looked at that. So we got 1 more here. Level 100, Financier. So, obviously I could take all of my level 100, put them into these places because, this is still better than nothing for getting money. But all the time it took to train them, am I going to take them out? Probably not. We'll see how these rerolls go here in a moment. And a Researcher, which is good, but it's only green, so maybe not quite as good as it could be. Okay, so let's start up here. Let's start doing some rerolls. And see where we go. We're going right here. So RZ1. So if I click on here, I can go click on reroll. I have 1 legendary, 2 epics, and 4 rares. So, like I said, this one, I think it gives me 9 choices, and in those 9 choices, at least one of them will be legendary or better, at least legendary. And then epic, I don't know how many choices. I'm just going to say 6, and at least one of those 6 will be epic. Rare, maybe 4. I'm guessing on those numbers. We'll find out in a moment. But so obviously this one is the best one. And before we get in there and do that, we'll go take one quick look. Let's work on some happiness here. Go one quick look at the lab to see where you go to make a purchase. Let's go to the market. Work our way down. And there we go. There's our reroll. 7,500 to buy a big reroll. Big, medium, small, I guess is what we're calling them. Not epic, rare, and legendary. All right, let's go do our rerolls. Start with RZ1, like I said. Whoops. And we'll start with RS4 since we're here. All right, so I'm just going to start with the best and see what we can get. So this is basically saying, oh, there we go, provides 9, provides 6, provides 3. There we go, 3, 6, 9. Obviously, I got lots of opportunities to get something good. Let's see what we get. Ooh, a legendary accurate shot. When fighter is equipped with a rifle, weapon type, handgun, or rifle during battle, attacks will ignore 80% of target's armor and will never miss. Very nice. So if I obviously have a bunch of epics here. I could pick a wood chipper. No, I could pick a financier, which I actually kind of like that, but not when I get a chance at a legendary accurate shot. So apparently I can click off of here. And yeah, I didn't think so. What if I hit escape? I hit escape and I got away. So I wanted to go, I thought I had an accurate shot or something over here ready. Hard sword, ferocious fighter, that's what it was. Let's see that, the weapon type, because that makes a difference too, obviously. So this is a shotgun. And minigun and a shotgun, and then we also have knives, obviously. So back here, it's interesting. So I'm gonna escape here. I'm gonna go to this other person and see what happens. So if I click, let's go to RZ1, click up here, Oh, so I don't have that reroll here anymore, so I don't have that legendary. But if I go back here and click on it, it's still there. Okay, so that's good. So back here to the accurate shot, when a fighter is equipped with a rifle, a handgun or a rifle. So here's the problem. I don't have one of those. I'm not using one of those. I might not ever use one of those. So is it worth me getting that when I won't be able to use it? Because it's not a shotgun. It's not a minigun. Yuck. That is a problem. So looking at other opportunities, Swift Spear. When a fighter is equipped with a spear weapon, spear trident, speed is increased. I have to, I can't take away the accurate shot. I have to pick that one, I think. Nothing else is really worth it anyway, so we're going to pick it. That's, yeah. A handgun or a rifle. What are my options here? Let's go. This one. Weapon type. Gunslinger. There we go. There's a rifle. It's one of the new ones. But none of this is going to be better than what I currently have, I don't believe. So, okay, well, I'm not gonna pick that one next time. So we'll keep that what it is at the moment, but I might have to swap that guy out for something else. All right, let's go to the next one, RZ1. So currently it's a ferocious fighter dealing crits. Obviously I can't make use of that, so we have an epic. Let's go ahead and do that. We got 6 chances for at least an epic. There's our epic. Uranium. Ouch. Health nut, brutalizer. All right, these are all horrible. I'm just going to pick this one and do another one. So again, I can't do anything about it. That's what I have to use. So we'll try another reroll there. That was a complete waste. All right, we don't want to be a nuclear scientist. The challenge here, the green goo and the wood are, once you get to SR10, they're useless. I mean, you don't, once we get to SR11, we'll use them again for a while, but then we're going to stop using them again. So it's the same in the other 2 games as well. These items just don't get used anymore. So using a talent on those, I'm going to try to get like 1 or 2 of them, and I'll max them out, and they'll be the ones to produce supplies there, but they're not really worth taking advantage of. So I have no problem getting rid of that one. All right, this is our last epic or medium. Oh, it's a horrible. True Friend restores 30% more health to allies. I'm going to go with that one for the time being. And what is this fighter? I should have paid more attention to that. So this one's not, yeah, RZ1. So RZ1's not doing that, so obviously I'd want to make this somebody who does restorations, but I'll just keep it for the time being, but that's fairly disappointing. So far, not a very happy reroll here. All right, let's try one of these other ones. Assault Engineer, here's my RZ2. So now I have 4 small rerolls left. It provides 3 random Roger talents. At least 1 will be rare. Let's get something good. Let's get at least 1 mythic. Nope. Quick charge, doesn't matter. I'm not going to use it. Just pick it. Pick another one. Oops, not you. Where was I? Up here, I guess. Look at that. Beefcake, fantastic. Health increased by 16%. Fantastic. The problem is, it's a level 16 or level 20. More than likely, Loretta is going to start getting trained up, but because I don't think I have a good tank one, because this is for the weapon, so that would obviously be good here. But again, that's 27 weeks worth of training to get up there, and I think I had another good one up. I guess I moved her. Yeah, she was the one. She is going to be my next one to start training. So Spear, where was the person I just did? Doesn't really matter, I guess. Oh yeah, it's this one right here. Quick charge. All right, so you are a RZ at the moment. 3 more rerolls. Let's go do it. There we go. Legendary stun shot, fantastic. When a fighter is equipped with a cannon, which I'm not using, a shotgun we are using, obviously, rocket launcher, cannon, arbalist. During battle, every attack stuns the target for half a second. Well, yes, I'm going to take that one. Absolutely. I don't know what I was thinking about. I was thinking that this is somebody who's not my current setup, but obviously I can swap out the gear, and that's what I'll do. I'll probably take that gear and swap them out with, I think it was a shotgun, right? So we'll probably swap them out with this one, this fatal shot. So that's a shotgun. Let me look at that, because stun shot, 5-star, equipped with a shotgun. So yeah, we'll swap that one and this one. So let's do a reroll on this one now, because I'm going to be swapping those. Got 2 left, and see if we can make something good here. Not so much. Deals more energy, so this will be going on somebody who is an engineer. Deals 30% more energy damage. I don't care about energy damage. We'll pick it. Doesn't matter, because I'm going to reroll that one as well. Let's go do our last reroll. And then maybe I'll swap that gear so we can see what happens for power differences when we do that. Initiate a reroll. Soothe. When equipped with a spear or trident during battle, attack speed is increased. Let me go look to see what this candy cane is considered. A club. Okay. That doesn't help. So back here, we have an assault engineer doing more energy damage. We have a glove, which reduces weapons ability cooldown time. I'm going to put that on reanimation. That could be a tiny bit useful. Okay, we'll just pick that one then. Or more damage. I'm not dealing damage, so I'm going to pick that one. Alright, so now let's real quick, and then we will wrap this up. I'm going to take you, and then I'm going to take you, I think, right? Yes. And we're going to swap gear. So when I'm swapping gear, now that we can favorite items, I go through and favorite everything to make sure I know which is which. Favorites. I have not reviewed my setups in a little while, so more than likely I could probably make some changes to optimize my squad a little bit better. But for now, that's not important. The favorites, all right, star, star, star. At the favorites. Okay. So we have 337,907 on the current gunslinger. 337,907. Take all that gear. Go over here. Yes. And this one. And this one. And I think this one. Yes. So 337. Ooh, look at that. That's an extra 83,000 in power by making that change. And we're going to get a stun on every half a shot. So like I said, making this, you have to be very careful if you're watching your power. So I'm going to have to go revisit my setup before I get into any fights to make sure I don't mess up my my current power on my squad. All right, we did this one. We did this one, I think. I didn't look at the power here, obviously, and we had, not that, obviously. Oh, it could have been, I guess. Enhances own energy charge by 10,000 for each unit killed. Pretty sure not. It was a purple one, I thought. Let's go here. Maybe it was that one. Or unless I did it wrong this way. I did do it wrong this way. Energy charge, yep. Let's go back here. Equip. So even worse, 102,337 we started, and now we're up to 439. So an increase of 102,000 in power from where we started. That is ridiculous. And our Gunslinger 2, who is now called RZ2. All right, RZ2, Gunslinger 2. These are just my naming conventions, obviously. RZ2. And you are now Gunslinger 2. Just like that, we are stronger. Now my Gunslinger 2 is a woman, and my RZ2 is a man. So that's it. That's rerolls. So again, lots of good stuff in that document. Check that out for, coming up with good strategies for working on how to get the most legendary, the most mythic. I think the mythic. Actually, I have one somewhere over here, I believe. Nope. I have one. Must be in here. There we go. A chef. Mystic. It is mystic. So because this is a mystic level, my chef is producing an extra 6,875 food. If we compare his, there's 12,600 versus 7,600. So quite a bit of difference there. My current food production is 80,000 with the help of having that. So it is a big difference for sure. So that will do it. So anyway, if you got any questions, put them down below in the comments, or reach out to my Discord server. A lot of good people there who can answer the questions much quicker than me getting back to the comments on the videos here. And I will, like I said, I'll post a link to this video, or a link to the document, and that, like I said, will also be on the Discord server. So hopefully you found that useful. Hopefully there's something good for you. And until next time, this has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See you.